Hey guys, here we are, lesson 5. We are on page 43. So I can explain the relationship between addition and subtraction of rational numbers, and I can use the number line to subtract positive and negative numbers. So 5.1 we are going to skip. We're going to start on 5.2 at the bottom of page 43. It says, here's an unfinished number line diagram that represents the sum of 8. So, if we turn the page, we have the questions. So the questions say, how long should the other arrow be? Well, we have to get from 3 up to 8. So 3 up to 8 is 5 units long. For an equation that goes with this diagram, Maya writes 3 plus blank equals 8, and Tyler writes 8 minus 3 equals blank. Do you agree with either of them? Well, 3 plus what gives you 8? Well, 3 plus 5 gives you 8. And 8 minus 3 gives you what? 5 as well. Do you agree with either one? Yeah, I agree with both of them. So that's two different ways to write the same, or two different problems to get the same answer of how long the line is going to be. Number 2, here is 2 more unfinished diagrams that represent sums. So this is the middle of page 44. It says, for each diagram, which equation would Mai write if she used the same reasoning as before? So Mai is using an addition problem. So Mai has negative 3. We're starting with negative 3 here. So negative 3 plus some number equals my ending point. Well, if you notice, my ending point's over here at 8. So equals 8. Okay? What equation would Tyler write if he used the same reasoning as before? Well, he's writing a subtraction problem, so 8. He's taking the answer. He starts with 8. He minuses the number we already know, so he minuses a negative 3, and he gets a question mark. Okay? So that's for the first one. Let's keep answering the questions, then we'll do the second diagram. So how long should the other arrow be? Well, to get from negative 3 all the way up to positive 8, we are going to add 11. So 11 for the first one. 11. What number would you complete each equation? Be prepared. So it's still 11. All right. So let's look at the second one. So Mai starts with the number 3. She uses an addition equation, and now we're getting to negative 8. So 3 plus some number equals negative 8. Tyler starts with the answer, negative 8, minus the number we have, 3, equals some number. Okay? And in this case, we have to go from 3 all the way back to negative 8. So we're negative 11. We're moving left 11 spaces. Okay, what number would you complete each equation? No, negative 11 again. Draw a number line diagram for 8 minus negative 3. What is the unknown number? How do you know? Yeah, we're going to skip that one. Okay. Match each diagram to one of these expressions. This is on the bottom of page 45 and the top of page 46. So 3 plus 7. Well, that one's fairly simple, right? We're adding 2 positive numbers, so they're both going to go to the right. 3 minus 7. So we start at 3, and then we subtract 7. So we go to the left 7, so it's going to be this one. 3 plus negative 7. Well, another way of saying 3 plus negative 7 is 3 minus 7. And then 3 minus negative 7 is this one again. When you have 2 minuses in the middle like this, it turns into an addition problem. It's only when the minuses are in the middle. So if we have 2 minuses in the middle, it turns into an addition problem. All right. Which expressions in the first questions have the same value? What do you notice? So, let me circle them. This one has the same answer as this one. And then these two have the same answer. Okay? So complete each of these tables. What do you notice? Well, this is where our calculator comes in. 8 plus negative 8 is 0. 8 minus 8 is 0. 8 plus negative 5 is 3. 8 minus 5 is 3. You see the pattern here? 8 plus negative 12 is negative 4. 8 minus 12 is negative 4. 0, 0, 4, 4, negative 3, negative 3. So adding the opposite, or adding a negative, is the same as subtracting. Okay, so these two problems mean the same. These two problems, these two problems, these two problems, these two problems, these two. Remember, when you have two minuses, this is really just negative plus, which is exactly like that, right? Plus, which is exactly like that. Okay? Once again, use your calculator here. And that's it. So, looking at the summary, the equation 7 minus 5 equals what is equivalent to what plus 5 equals 7. The diagram illustrates the second equation. What plus 5 is going to give me 7. Notice that 7 plus negative 5 is 2, or 7 minus 5 is 2. So we can solve the equation question mark plus 5 equals 7 by adding negative 5 to both sides, or subtracting 5 from both sides. This shows that 7 minus 5 is equal to 7 plus negative 5. Likewise, 3 minus 5 is equivalent to what plus 5 equals 3. Notice the value of 3 plus negative 5 is negative 2. We can solve the equation what plus 5 equals 3 by adding negative 5 to both sides, or subtracting 5 from both sides. So in general, subtracting a number is the same as adding a negative, or adding the opposite. Okay, on your assignment, you are going to do number 2 that's in your book and number 4 that's in your book. Use your calculator. Okay, be sure to use your calculator and type it in just like it is on the problem. Remember, if you have any questions, you can always ask.